in my life because you have invited me to deliver a lecture in one of the most important day, that is none other than World IP Day. Indeed, it is an honor and privilege for me to share few important thoughts pertaining to this music, startups, as well as revenue. First of all, let me thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Bhuma Madam and other professors who are responsible for organization of this lecture, and moreover my best wishes to my beloved colleague Professor Madhuri Paradesi and my dear students. Thank you for inviting me to deliver this lecture. I think I am audible as well as visible to you.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Let me continue the today's important task. From generations together, India is a place, especially birthplace for Nada. In the Vedas also, they have explained the profoundness and the importance of music for the purpose of entertainment, diplomacy, as well as especially music is one of the most important instrument for the purpose of praying the God. That is the reason why whatever the event or else the puja offered by us, music as well as the vibrations have become a very, very integral part. In India, we have diversified forms of musics are there, starting from Carnatic music that is popularly falls under the category of classical music, Hindustani music, as well as the Western music, and the last category of music and most popular category of music is the folk music. Before digital era, all these performances will be done as well as witnessed by people in a physical world. But after the invention of this computer and with the advent of this digital technology, recording of these versatile forms of musics and performances and transmission of these things through streaming has come into picture. Earlier, the economic impact is very much limited by virtue of these streaming companies. The revenue was increased enormously, especially yesterday. YouTube has completed 25 years of its existence. Because of this live YouTube streaming, also diversified forms of musics are responsible for generation of huge stream of revenue. Today, I am going to discuss only three important things. What is the scale of music startups in India? What are the various forms of revenue generation through these startups and how this revenue is shared among various stakeholders? And moreover, the third important thing which is explained by me is the legal framework, especially the copyright law as well as the patent law is very much responsible for the purpose of providing legal protection to these various forms of music. Morning, when I was reading the newspaper, I have identified that Mr. A.R. Rahman has paid around 2 crore worth of damages before Delhi High Court in connection with Ponniyin Selvan movie. When I read the backdrop of this dispute, 70 years before, one Muslim artist he has created a Harihara Stuti And with the help of a music maestro who is from Calcutta, he composed this Har Har Struti in a form of a fusion music that has become blockbuster success 70 years before. In the Ponniyin Selvan movie, Mr. A.R. Rahman has copied the same compositions, the same style for the purpose of creation of background music as well as the song. When he has not shared the revenue which is generated by virtue of this song, the original maker have filed the suit and he was successfully got a favorable order from this Madras talkies. Like that, in absence of legal protection in the form of copyright law, it is impossible to give recognition to a original song recording as well as the music composition. That's why today I am going to discuss various aspects surrounded with this music means legal recognition of music's its commercialization as well as its revenue sharing with proper stakeholders. And moreover, my dear friends, if you see the range of activities, like I have stated, today we are living in Industry 4.0 with the advent of artificial intelligence. Even a
Excuse me, ma'am.
non-professional individual is also in a position to compose a tune, create his own album, sell or stream that music album to various category of people. So
Excuse
that's
me,
why.
ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you, but your slides are not moving, ma'am.
How about now?
No, ma'am, still they are not moving.
Now,
The slides are not visible, ma'am, here. I think screen share has been off.
so can you see them?
Yeah, yeah, ma'am.
Thank you. So friends, let me explain you the range of activities which are done by AI annexed startup firms. So many startups, they are giving formal training to certain missions. The missions are capable of creation of music albums, and these albums will be protected with digital rights management system by virtue of 2012 copyright law amendment. In India also, this digital rights management was legally recognized, and once this legal recognition is given to music creative artwork, startups are selling these products to various streaming platforms. And after that, certain music platforms, they are converting them in the form of non-fungible tokens. These NFTs will be converted in the form of digital assets. Like that, this AI is very much responsible for the purpose of creation of machine generated music albums. In turn, they are responsible for creation of versatile forms of digital assets. And besides that, certain startups are focusing on fan as well as artist supporting platforms. Certain startups are exclusively focusing on facilitating crowdfunding as well as connecting the music streaming companies with a investment banker. Like that, my dear friends, this startup ecosystem is not only limited to album recording but connecting the dots between an investment backer as well as a commercial label. And after that, dear friends, if we see the normal startup ecosystem in India at global level, we have positioned ourselves into third position. So our startup ecosystem is ranked at global level as third important thing. When it comes to prominent states also, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra. These are the three states are leading for the purpose of creation of various kinds of startups. Whenever we talk about music startups, they are situated at Bangalore, Pune, and certain parts of Chennai. So, remaining parts of India, still people are exploring the opportunities, but when we talk about the trends, these three states are very much responsible for the purpose of creation of commercial startups. And moreover, if we look at the various range of activities which are done by these startups, so every year around 40,000 creators are registered themselves with the copyright office, and out of which 25 songs were recognized as original songs in India. When we look at the revenue source of these music startups also, around 12,000 crore worth of revenue is generated. On an average, 6% of revenue is closely connected with media and entertainment industry. Means it is playing a very very promising role for revenue generation. With regard to the music publications also, it is growing with the CJER rate of 125%. In the previous year, around 845 crore worth of money was generated with the help of streaming of various music related activities. And with regard to the promising music startups which are present in India, because of paucity of time, I am going to explain the range of activities which are taking place within India, and who are the founders of these music startups, what is their contribution. I am very much limited with my perspective by focusing on India only. Like I have stated before, 6% revenue we are generating with the help of this music startup related activities. At pan India level, 584 music technology related startups are there, out of which seven notable ones will be explained by me. The first one is Wink Music, next one JioSavan, Hangama, Digital Media, Skillbox, and Hooper AI. So these are the seven startups were transformed themselves as unicorns. Remaining things still they are under the category of startups only, and around 57 startups have received funds through crowdfunding as well as venture capital, and 18 startups have secured A plus funding. And dear friends, when I have examined the statistics in the previous decade, around 48 new music startup companies were incorporated in India. So when we examine who have established these music startups, so the first academic institution is IIT Kharagpur, the second one is IIT Roorkee, the third one is BITS Pilani. These three organizations are very much responsible for the purpose of development of these 525 startups, out of which this Hooper AI, I can say that it occupies number one position among 425 startups. So this, if you look at the range of activities which are handled by this Hooper AI, so basically it is responsible for providing a platform for content creators and how to monetize their content. These are the two core activities done by this Hooper AI. It is into this activity from past 14 years, and it is having collaboration as well as tie-up with many music labels, especially Hubilio and Yesworks. These two are very, very important. After that, they have certain investors and venture capital firms like Sahil Barua, Anusha Sharma, Anurag Srivastava. These people are very much responsible for providing financial support to this Hooper AI. And this company is very much responsible for development of music related content to G Sharp Media. If you open the portfolio of this G Sharp Media, its activities are spread over into Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, and moreover, the uniqueness associated with Hooper AI is that it has created around 25 brand names. Brand names means trademarks which are exclusively working for the purpose of development of music streaming activity. After Hooper AI, one more Indian company, its name is Damaru. So, compared to Hooper AI, Damaru's uniqueness can be explained in such a way that it is exclusively focusing on regional language and regional content streaming platform, which means it is providing music content development, music songs development activities at national level. Around 21 language related content is available in the Damaru platform. And it is not only focusing on regional music, folk music, classical, devotional, contemporary. And Damaru has given license to many media houses. So at pan India level, 40% of Indian music market will be occupied in the form of revenue generation as well as license granting. This is the presence of Damaru. After that, the third position uh, in connection with music startups is occupied by Represent. If you look at the range of activities which are done by Represent compared to this Damaru, Represent exclusively focusing on event management as well as digital streaming platform. It is having around 5 million viewers at Indian level. It is having major clients like Arman Malik, DJ Cheetahs, as well as it is a partner for Coca-Cola, JioSavan, as well as Snapchat. Like this represent is organizing live concerts, events, as well as it is supporting these streaming companies. And dear friends, if you see the key players of this represent also, a person named Ayushman, his age is 18 years. So, in collaborating with Represent, he has created 4 startups on his own. So, if you look at the kind of activities done by Mr. Ayushman, is supplying various artists to media houses, training music content creators, brand development, and product development. And recently, he has launched one trailer in connection with a particular event. And after this, one more important startup is there, that is Viewers Eventfully. It is also responsible for organization of various kinds of events. So if you look at the portfolio of this year's Eventfully, around 1400 events were organized by them. So this startup was promoted by Mr. Vibhar Hazia, Bismail, and Suryaveer. And the uniqueness associated with Uber's Eventfully, they have created a wonderful platform popularly known as the Storyteller. If you open their website, amazing stories with a musical backdrop will mesmerize you, and they have reached around 25% of customers at pan India level. Today, this event making company is holding 25% of market share within India level. And after this, there are certain personalized music streaming platforms are also there. So they will work based on the subscriptions which are received from the side of users or customers. After that, there are certain exclusive firms with the support of AI. They are focusing on sound tracking as well as licensing activities. So, friends, these are the 8 to 9 promising startups were functioning in India, starting from content creation to streaming and revenue generation. After this general discussion, it is very relevant to focus on what are the popular revenue generation models which are present in India as well as at global level. So the first revenue platform which is responsible for generation of money to these startups is physical sales. During our generation, music will be commercialized with the help of a cassette or a CD or a CD-ROM. But nowadays, people are providing music by virtue of downloads. So that is the reason why physical sale platform is replaced by digital downloading platforms. But by virtue of these non-fungible tokens as well as the cryptocurrency related activities in the form of musical digital assets also, certain companies are selling various kinds of tokens like that. Like I have stated, during our generation physical sales are prominent, but in your generation the digital sales are there. But the current generation is 200% dependent on the streaming. In India, the streaming companies like JioSaavn, Spotify, Raga, so these three platforms, apart from that, we have FM radio. So per needle based royalty also they are collecting from the customers as well as the digital startup companies. And after that, certain startups are exclusively focusing on publication of the songs as well as content and the licensing. A notable example under this category is Rolling Stones as well as Start Me Up. These two startups are supported as well as funded by Microsoft, and at global level, uh, I can say that it is the number one brand when it comes to publication as well as licensing of the music. And after that, like I have stated before, Coach Hila is a global platform wherein it will provide you with an opportunity to do live performance of a particular band or a music or a song. And after that, few startups are exclusively focusing on merchandising of goods. For example, by printing Michael Jackson or Ilayaraja or A.R. Rahman on the top of their t-shirts, or creation of labels, fungible tokens, they are earning substantial source of their income. And after that, certain platforms are exclusively focusing on providing a connect between music platform as well as fan expertise. So whenever we talk about this fan expertise platform, meet and greet packages, VIP packages, and other exclusive activities are going on under this. And one more category like Kickstarter and Patreon. So these two platforms are crowdfunding platforms. They are responsible for giving economic support to these startups, and few startups are exclusively working on secondary markets. Like that, my dear friends, these are the 8 revenue generation activities are associated with music startups. And after this, like I have stated, there are certain new players are there in this music, like startup and Melodify. So these two platforms are falls under the category of personalized search engine. If I want a music jingle or a tune to compose my advertisement, immediately I can approach these search engines and they can share this music for creation of my advertisement. Like that, many startups are providing these favorite avenues to us. And like I have stated, the physical concerts are very, very popular during our generation, but the virtual concerts. So, by way of creating AR and VR, virtual reality and augmented reality, they are hiring the spaces in the virtual environment, and they are conducting virtual concerts by way of hiring the services from prominent artists. So, at foreign countries, these virtual concert platforms are in huge demand, and they are earning money through ticket sales as well as exclusive digital merchandise. And the popular label which is associated with this virtual concert live streaming is Virtuo Live. It is a globally renowned platform. And after this virtual concert platform, one more important segment we need to focus, that is royalty distribution. In India, the copyright societies like PPL or Phonogram Society, ASRA, these platforms are very much responsible for management of music labels. But if you look at the situation at Japan, Singapore, as well as Germany, the royalty distribution will be done with the help of blockchain annexed networks. Because of that, even the tiny players are also in a position to receive their own revenue associated with the music content. And moreover, the unique feature associated with these startups can be explained in such a way that they are reshaping the traditional record label artist ecosystem. In the traditional form, the big labels like the T Series, Sony, kind of big labels are the prominent players, but because of these blockchain annexed royalty distribution platforms, a amateur artist is also in a position to upload his song in that platform, and he's directly receiving revenue from the various live streaming and live concert generation platform. Like that, my dear friends, if we understand this startup ecosystem, we could be in a position to enhance the revenue sharing among various music players. For example, according to copyright law, uh, in absence of a specific stipulation, the music producer is the absolute owner of a song or a movie or a play which is closely connected with a music. But after 2012 amendments, one important concept came into picture, that is neighboring rights. According to that law, a lyricist, a music composer, a music instrument player is also legally eligible to receive the royalty. But in absence of this kind of blockchain annexed revenue sharing platforms, we may not be in a position to share the revenues to the different stakeholders who are responsible for creation of this song or a music content. So that's why understanding the new technologies, diversified platforms, working for expanding the horizon of this music content development is very, very important for us. And after this, whenever we talk about new players which are there in this music industry is crowdfunding for music projects. So yeah, one globally renowned startup like Tune Starter. So it is providing project funding to a upcoming singer or a music composer. So because of the presence of Tune Starter, I can say that it has democratized the music production by way of allowing the controlled mechanism into a decentralized one. In India also, the music industry will be controlled by few labels. But because of this Tune Starter kind of startup companies, they are reaching Tier 2 cities, Tier 3 cities, as well as the budding singers also. So this is the prominent contribution from the side of music startup ecosystem. And one more important trend, I can say that many startups have developed music education applications that is popularly called as Cardmaster. So if you download this startup, anyone can learn certain instruments. They can harness the skills pertaining to either it may be guitar, violin, piano, whatever it may be. All the digital learning tools will be provided in this Codemaster, and it is very much helpful for the music industry as well as the learners. So, like this Codemaster again is supported from the side of the Google company. And after this, we have few innovative platforms also, which are popularly known as blockchain music companies. So this Royal is the first blockchain oriented music startup company by way of providing crypto wallets like a credit card. We can create our own revenue and we can utilize for our personal purposes. And after that, one more important company, popularly known as the Open Music Initiative. It is a non-profit organization. By utilizing open source protocol, it is helping the music right holders as well as originators to receive royalty payment directly from the side of music companies. And after that, music coin, uh, it is a promising platform for connecting secured peer-to-peer transfer of music. And after that, one of services, so it is a NFT platform. It can provide you with various services like green, gold, platinum, and diamond NFTs in our account. If these NFTs are there, we can convert them in the form of fiat money, and we can generate our own revenue by using this one of service platform. It is a NFT platform responsible for generation of crypto revenue. And after the at Japan as well as Germany, this platform is providing promising returns. But in India, still they are in evolving stage because our people are treating this crypto as an investment platform. But whereas at Japan and all, they are utilizing blockchain technology for revenue generation as well as revenue distribution. And after that, one more platform that is Async Art. So this is also responsible for uploading as well as reset NFTs. And Mycelia is also having various blockchain applications. So it will provide revenue to performance artists, and Vibrate is also a platform which can provide a platform for sale of Vibe tokens and go to digital currency. And Jora is having its presence in India at Pune as well as Bangalore. It is providing a platform for the purpose of conversion of these non-fungible tokens into cryptocurrency. And after this, dear friends, there are certain important trends also important to understand this music startup ecosystem. So, for example, I have a great interest to enter into the portfolio of music startup. So, which platform is good? Is the movie industry is good, or else television is good, or YouTube is good? To give a proper advice to me, certain predictive models are existence. What they will tell me is this is the interest of the listeners. This is the trend which is going on in the market. So such kind of factual analysis will be submitted from the side of predictive modeling startups. So these startups responsibility is to understand the interest in electronic and dance music ecosystem. So, what are the likes and dislikes of the customers of this music industry aged between 18 to 24? So, based on the predictive report which is received from these startups only, many music companies are developing their content and collaborating with music labels for streaming as well as revenue generation. So these kind of predictive modeling companies were owned and established by Ernst and Young, PwC, Deloitte, as well as Goldman and Sachs. So, and yesterday, when I have read Ernst and Young report, the success of startup can be attributed based on this predictive modeling startup reports. So every day they will send report to Geo7 company as well as Spotify what kind of music licenses they have to obtain for their future streaming activities. So, in our day-to-day life, also, dear friends, by opening Spotify, if you are about to listen a particular song, it may say that 1 million listening, 1 lakh downloads. So that number is very, very important for a company because the digital advertisement revenue as well as streaming revenue is dependent on the number of viewership only. That's why this predictive modeling AI and access startups are assisting the music startup companies. And after that, to enhance the user's experience also, certain personalized recommendations will be generated by these music streaming companies. For example, if you have a habit of listening classical music continuously, this platform will guide me in a way that very recently these are the albums visited by you. Like that, if some ex is interested in Western music or a folk music, it will guide him. These are the recent albums released from so and so album. Like that, to generate personalized recommendation, also certain startups are working aggressively. And after this, my dear friends, sentiment analysis is one more important feature of these music streaming companies. For example, in India, whether it may be a birthday, a marriage, or a puja, or any kind of celebration, uh, if it is a auspicious day, the prayer is also associated with songs. So that's why the sentiment analysis in the autumn season, what are the various kinds of songs are streamed in that platform. For example, in December to January month, the Jesus Christ related streaming will be more. In the month of January, it is popularly known as Dhanurmasa according to Hindu ideology. The Vishnu related songs will be prominent. Like that, the sentiment analysis, what kind of devotional music was viewed and streamed in that platform, if it is a marriage also, what kind of songs were downloaded in that platform. So all those things will be done from the side of streaming companies. And after that, certain music startups are working on real-time analysis, which means on day-to-day basis, uh, the taste of the viewers, the trend of the market, day-to-day basis, they do these predictive analysis. And after this, collaboration filtering is also done from the side of technology companies. It is very much responsible for shaping the future of the music. For example, if you see very recently, uh, the Reliance Digital have collaborated with Hotstar and other global streaming companies. Because of that, their share of music revenue generation was enhanced like anything. So that's why the collaboration, whether it may be a national, regional, and global collaboration with music labels and music content creators is responsible for generation of revenue as well as sharing of benefit to various stakeholders. And after this, dear friends, it is very, very important for us to understand what kind of monetization avenues are available with regard to music in the era of digital age. Like I have stated, according to copyright law, there are two important monetary benefits annexed with music. The first one is license, the second one is royalty. So, and after that, there are certain challenges are also faced from the side of these music streaming companies. The first one is this digital exposure as well as market saturation. Dear friends, sometimes the music composition company may feel that it is a groundbreaking track, but because of new uploads which took place in a streaming company, your composition may not perform well. So that is the reason why uh, our digital exposure also sometimes act like a negative factor for tasting the success. So that's why taking some reports from predictive analytics companies is also very much important. And one more important thing, dear friends, this algorithm driven discovery. For example, our Meta, TikTok kind of companies, they will stream, restream the music content based on the number of viewership. So because of this also, certain artists who are not in a position to generate more number of viewers, even though content wise it is good, they cannot be in a position to get their own proper revenue, because every time algorithms are not fair, they are biased. The company's focus is revenue generation, but individuals customers expectation is a quality music. So because of the mismatch between the expectation of the customer and the focus from the side of company, sometimes injustice will be done to the content creators as well as the content listeners. And one more important challenge is that sometimes, even though I have created a promising album, because of wrong predictions from the side of these prediction companies, they may not come forward to purchase my own album because of too much digitization. Promising labels are getting opportunity, 1,000 million viewers are getting opportunity, but it is very tough for a maiden attempt persons to prove their caliber in the digital platform. And after that, this data analytics strategies are also every time they're opaque. The major companies like Google and Meta, they will never share what kind of algorithms as well as metrics followed by them for generation of huge leads and revenues in the digital environment. So, after understanding the range of activities done by music startups, revenue generation avenues, and the challenges which are faced by these music startups, it is very, very important to understand the legal and regulatory framework which is responsible for promotion of this activity in a sustainable way. So, if any person intend to create a startup, there is a Startup and Stand Up India program promoted by DPIIT. So they can register themselves either in the form of a private limited company or a limited liability partnership or a sole proprietorship by following all the provisions from Companies Act or a Limited Liability Partnership Act. And apart from that, starting from the creation of the music content commercialization, it is very, very important to understand the copyright law. And moreover, according to copyright law, like I have stated before, both the moral rights as well as academic rights, both the rights are well recognized. And it is a holistic legislation aimed at protection of each and every stakeholder, starting from lyricist, a sound recording, a personal and performance artist equally. When it comes to licensing, these are the three important things needs to be understood from the side of music startup owners, that is public performance license. So in India, like I have stated before, the popular copyright societies like IPRs, popularly known as Indian Performing Rights Society, PPL, Phonographic Performance Society. So you have to take permission from them. For example, today I intend to organize a performance activity of A.R. Rahman blockbuster songs. If those songs are owned by PPL, have to take performance license from PPL. So otherwise they will file a copyright infringement. For academic purpose and research purpose, it falls under section 52 of copyright law under fair dealing. So whenever there is a commercialization, one should take permission from music labels. And after that, because of digitization, um, especially certain music houses, they are changing these music tracks in the form of remix as well as translation. Is in such kind of situation also they have to take permission from music labels, and after that, based on public interest, the copyright board will provide you with a compulsory license. So certain platforms like T Series and Sony Music, they have received these licenses based on public good. And when it comes to contractual framework also, one has to understand the legal framework pertaining to artist management contract, content licensing agreements, distribution agreements, work for hire contracts, that is popularly known as a contract of service as well as contract for service, royalty sharing agreements, and digital rights management, their duration, termination, so on and so forth. And ultimately, very recently we have enacted one more important law. Whenever we talk about this digital rights management, we need to have basic understanding about Information Technology Act as well as Digital Data DPDP Act 2023, because whenever we use the data, the clear-cut privacy policies are paramount in India. So when it comes to content regulation also, one should understand the obligation from the side of internet service provider, and apart from that, if a particular music startup falls under the category of NISP, they have to comply with IT and Digital Media Ethics Guidelines 2021. For example, if a particular music is defamatory or falls under the category of obscenity, not acceptable to the moral standards of a particular society, immediately that streaming platform has to remove that content from the virtual platform. And after that, if a music company is receiving funds from crowdfunding or a foreign investors in the form of FDI, then the Foreign Exchange Management Act provisions also they should understand. And apart from that, whenever we are paying that money to a foreign collaborator, uh, we have to withhold the tax with the help of tax deducted source. And moreover, according to GST also, all the streaming subscriptions are liable for the payment of service tax. And after this, certain transfer pricing regulation also you should be in a position to understand. And we have a specific regulatory mechanism is also there, starting from the Register of Copyrights, and the president of this IPRs, PPL, Register of Companies, and Central Board of Censors, Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology. So friends, like this music ecosystem is in a budding phase in India, despite of generating 6% revenue when it comes to our revenue generation. Still, this blockchain technology and the revenue is not reaching the persons who are really working for the welfare of the players who are into this field. So, like this, dear friends, this music streaming is very, very important for the purpose of creation of a proper revenue as well as sharing that revenue to the real stakeholders. So with this, if you have any questions or clarifications from my side, feel free to interact with me. Once again, I thank organizing committee for providing this wonderful opportunity to share few important thoughts on this occasion.
Thank you, Sudha, Professor Sudha. Thank you very much. The elaborative session, what we have. Thank you. Now I request audience, anyone, do you have any queries? You can move on. I think it's very elaborative, so no need of any questions, I think so. Thank you once again, Professor Sri Sudha. I request Amina to give a formal vote of thanks.
Really, I'm so happy to see my good friend. So we have traveled together, studied in the same institute. So happy to associate with you and see you virtually. Shortly, we welcome you to SRM IST also for sharing your words of wisdom.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, Amina, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful session. Um, Through this session, we actually gained many valuable insights, I would say. Ma'am, we got to know more about the music startup activities. Ma'am has inculcated an idea of how to start music startups. She has beautifully described the role of AI in music driven startups, how to use AI driven services. And girls, ma'am has also explained about various modes of revenue generation in music startups and the brief about music startup companies. Yes, we also had a deeper understanding of listener trends, the challenges, and the opportunities which are faced by the emerging artists in this digital age. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you again for this beautiful session. And yes, good morning, everyone. It's my honor to propose formal vote of thanks on behalf of today's IPR Day celebrations 2025. First and foremost, I would like to extend heartful and sincere gratitude to our resource person of today's celebration, Dr. P. Sri Sudha Madam. Professor, you were incredible throughout the workshop. We gained a lot of information, and I'm sure every girl in the Department of Law has gained valuable insights, which are shared by Madam Professor. Extending my gratitude to Professor V. Uma Ma'am, Vice Chancellor, President of IIC, and Vice President, Convener, Co-Conveners of IIC. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to the coordinators of today's celebration, and without whom this celebration, this beautiful workshop was impossible. And they are Dr. S. Madhuri Paradesi Ma'am, Dr. A. Suvarna Lata Ma'am, Professor T. Shobha Rani Ma'am. Thank you, madams, for conducting such a progressive workshop. And I would also extend my sincere gratitude to my department, Department of Law, Professor Sita Kumari ma'am, Head of the Department, Dr. S. Madhuri Paradesi ma'am, Dr. Sunita ma'am, Dr. Indira Priyadarshini ma'am, who are the pillars, the back, foundation for the department of and the students who encourages and guide us in every second and every moment. Last but not the least, you guys, extending my gratitude to students of Department of Law, all the non-teaching staffs, and the beautiful technical team. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you again for such an incredible session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sudha. We hope this association will be continued forever. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Good to see you. I'll connect you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a
yeah.
nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.